All right, hey, what's up? Welcome back. Hope you've been enjoying the online course up until now. I'm here with this new video, actually, with a new format. You see, we're getting better, right? Improvements. This video actually is an updated video. It's the newest one out of the entire course, and it addresses the question that a lot of students have asked me and that they've either had before or read about before in one of the forums or on the Clear Admit guide. And the question is, what is your legacy? You're gonna be like, what? What do you mean? What is your legacy? What is it that you want to know out of this question? Let's break it down. Always break down the question. First thing we do, all right, what is your legacy? What does that actually mean? What is it that they're looking for? What does the question actually entail? Well, what is your legacy basically means, what do you want to be remembered by? What is it that you want to be remembered by? And this was actually, there was a similar question to this from, I believe it was Stanford, that they asked the following question. They said, in one of the interviews a few years ago, they asked, if, let's say you've passed away and you're watching your own funeral, right? You've gone on to the afterlife, right? You've ceased to exist in this world physically. Let's say you're watching yourself at your own funeral and you see all your friends and family and everyone there's crying, and you're watching somebody speak your eulogy. They're giving this, this testimonial about you. What is it that you want them to say? That's the question. What is your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for, or remember for the most? Is it just a professional thing, or is there a personal thing behind it? And it's a question that has stumped a lot of people, especially on the spot, because you're not ready for it. You're not prepared for it. You haven't thought of it. And this is where a lot of people mess it up. You see? Basically, you want to be able to answer this question in a manner that doesn't just reflect your professional goals or your why an MBA. You don't want to say, here's the thing, what do you want to be remembered for when you pass? Or what do you want to be remembered for when all has been said and done? You don't want to answer like, I want to be remembered for being accepted into an MBA at your school. I mean, really? Does your entire life, like, if anybody remembered your name or anything that you did or you accomplished in your life, is it going to be just the MBA? No, it shouldn't be the MBA. And it might be funny, it might be the most ridiculous answer you might have heard right now, but I guarantee you, people have said this before. I've done many mock interviews. I've helped over like 400 students really get into their schools. And I mean, that's not to count the few that haven't made it, but also counting on average that students do 2 or 3 mock interview sessions with me, mock interview development sessions as well. You can say I have some experience in this, and I guarantee you everything I'm saying in this course is based on a lot of my experience. And when I ask this question to students, it's like, what is your legacy? What do you want to be remembered the most? And I do hear that. I do hear, John Doe had an amazing time at his MBA, which really changed his life. I'm just like, excuse me? That shouldn't be the end. That's only one step out of the long staircase of your life, all right? There are moments in your life that are going to mean a lot more than your MBA, no matter how much it was a dream for you. So, understanding that, you have to know, all right, what is your greatest accomplishment? What will be your greatest contribution to this earth? What is it that you want to be remembered for? That's basically the question. What is your legacy? Don't fret it. That's why you're here, to practice. That's why you're here. You have to think about it. Think about a good 2-minute answer. What is it that you want to be remembered for? Why do you want to be remembered for that? Okay. Key highlights of your life. If someone were to ask me, what is your legacy, Matt? What do you want to be remembered for? My answer would be the following. I would simply state this, well, first of all, if I am remembered by those dearest to me, those that are closest to me, I'd love to be remembered for being the greatest father that my children could have ever had, the best husband that my wife could have had throughout this crazy thing called life. Furthermore, yeah, professional accomplishments and success is great, but I think that's not what sounds, I think that's not what really summarizes what I want to be remembered for. I want to be remembered for always fighting for what is right, for always making sure I'm helping the person next to me, be it the guy who's on the corner of the street needing some change or a warm jacket to survive the cold winter night, or even if it's hundreds of students that I've helped through my interview courses and my educational courses or my TOEFL courses. Yeah, I mean, my circle, I really want my circle, my impact to be as broad as possible, but it all comes down to the core. It all starts somewhere. And for me, it all starts in family. Like, I want to be remembered by the people around me to have treated them the same way I treat my children, my family, with the same kindness, with the same love, the patience, the tolerance, but also the same desire to teach. That's my answer. That's my honest answer. I'd love to be remembered for that. And when one day I am gone and my name is all over the news, maybe or maybe not, but maybe you're going to be thinking, hey, I had an interview course with that guy, or I had a TOEFL prep class with that guy. It was just a great, somebody who really had this genuine desire to help. That's what I want. For me, that's meaning of life. Do I want a yacht? Yeah, sure, who doesn't? Do I want to have my own little island? Yeah, it's great, but what's the use if I have all that and I haven't really, there's no one around me to enjoy that with, or those who are around me aren't the people who I think they are, There you go. Considerations, and I don't even think that took 2 minutes. That was like a minute or a minute and a half at the most, right? Why? I explained to you what is the thing that I want to be remembered for? Why do I want to be remembered for it? And that's all it is. What is your legacy? This is a short video, but it was a quick question. I wanted to address this because I remembered recently, just recently I had a class, I had an interview session with a student who was applying for Columbia early round. He got in, by the way. And I asked him about this question, and he kind of he was taken aback. He wasn't even expecting that question. He was worried Columbia was going to ask him. Whether or not Columbia is going to ask, that's not the point. I'm asking you. I was asking him in the mock session, and I wanted to know. And that's why I decided to record this video, bring it to you guys. All right? See you a little bit later. Keep watching these classes. Send me your questions. Write down your comments. See you in a bit.